Welcome to Hot Women Wanted.
We're three childhood best friends who have been through it all and talk about it all.
Everything from hot flashes to hot takes to hot topics. So come join us.
Hi, Hotties. Welcome to Hot Women Wanted, episode 12. And we are all together
in real life.
In real life. And we're having a special episode where we're all in the same room, so we thought we would record all together. So welcome to Hot Women Wanted, episode 12. Hi, Hotties.
Hi, Hotties. So good to be here in Brooklyn.
Yeah, recording from our studio in Brooklyn.
Exactly. From the Hot Women Wanted studio.
So to keep it the way we normally do it, when we're not in the same room, let's do a temperature check. How are we all feeling?
Feeling good.
Yeah, I'm feeling
We
good.
had a fun night out last night.
We had a fun night out. I thought I was not going to sleep because we were indulging quite a bit last night, which was great.
It was fun.
But I did sleep. I slept great.
I slept great.
All right, good.
Yeah.
Good.
How about you?
No, I slept good too last night, surprisingly.
Sometimes, as I've said on here before, which has gotten a lot of hate, sometimes when I have alcohol, I don't sleep that great.
Right.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah, no, it was fun.
You've
It was
gotten
good.
hate for that?
I have gotten a little bit of hate for that.
On our comments.
Not from on specific comments, but from a listener or two. And their name shall not be mentioned. People who know me. I actually got the, oh, are you sober now? No, not saying that. Simply saying I don't sleep great.
Well, to keep it moving, I
Okay.
think we should keep it moving.
Yes.
Let's go to hot beauty trends. And Mara, I think you have a good one.
Yes, I do. And because I'm in Brooklyn and I did not travel with this hot beauty trend, I'm going to have to show it on. I'll say
Or
the
talk
name and
it, 'cause
everything.
a lot of
And I'll
people are
talk.
just listening anyway,
Yeah,
it
I'll
doesn't
talk it
matter.
through.
Yeah.
But it's called. Okay, first of all, let me start by saying this was an Instagram ad, and I rarely do this, but I saw it and I was like, oh my God, yes. I don't know if anybody else has this problem, but in the winter, my heels get very dry.
Definitely.
Very dry. Sometimes kind of painful. Cracked. And I try Vaseline and I try a million things. Like I've done Vaseline and then put my socks on, tried to sleep in my socks. Nothing really works. Even pedicures, like a lot of pedicures, don't totally work for me. So this Dermave, Dermave, electric foot callus remover was, I saw an ad for it. I just clicked on it. I'm like, I'm going to take a chance. It's not that expensive. I think it's $23. I got the pink one, but it comes in pink, it comes in black, and it comes in silver. And I just tried it. And I kid you not that my feet, the bottom of my feet feel like a baby's bottom.
Gotta get this.
I got the cream too, which you could probably use any cream, but they like when I bought it on Amazon, or you can buy it straight through the company too, but it is on Amazon if you just put it into Amazon. And I am not kidding you. It is a miracle. Like I go to sleep at night and my feet, and I don't do it all the time. I don't even have to do it every single day. So that's awesome. I bought one for several people in my family who were very jealous.
Everybody loving it?
Loving it. Everybody who's gotten it so far loves
right.
it. It's really great. So anyway, to repeat, it's Dermave, Dermave, electric foot callus remover. And basically, let me just describe it. Looks a tiny bit like a vibrator.
Okay.
Eek,
A
just
few
saying.
of our products do.
That's the irony. But you put, basically, it's almost like a sandpaper. It's like a little round piece of sandpaper, and you put it on, you turn it on, and it goes really, really fast, around, and you basically sand the bottom of your foot.
Oh, I like that.
It's
I like
so
that.
nice.
Okay.
It's so nice. So
And
anyway,
I love that there's no blades involved.
no blades, and it's actually just sanding it, like smoothing it out. It's not like,
I gotta get this.
yeah, it's really great. So I
Good one, Mare.
suggest it to everybody. So go ahead and get it. And that is and that's not even just for hot women, because a few people in my family who are in childbearing years asked for it. So there you
Also,
go.
even like
All
the
sizes.
guys in my family. I mean, like I know
Yeah.
Steven gets calendars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds great for everybody.
Everybody.
What a stocking stuffer.
10 months from now. Everybody.
Exactly.
Good thing, I hope I remember it.
Considering, I mean, Going back to our next topic, moving on to our next topic, Pavitt is known to give Jessel terrible Christmas presents or birthday presents. So.
Clearly. She got an iPhone 16.
An iPhone 16 for her birthday.
For her birthday.
Oh my God.
It's not very romantic.
Not at all.
But I'm going to move on. That's a good transition to the hot seat.
It is.
Because I did not really watch The Real Housewives of New York this year. I just caught a couple of the controversial episodes, I guess. But I did watch I guess it's the first... I don't know, the first reunion.
Yeah.
And I'm going to put Andy Cohen in the hot seat because I hate to do it, Andy. We do love you. However, I did not, and I know we talked about this, I do not like the way he grilled Jessel. About her looks.
About plastic surgery.
No, not about plastic surgery. He said, what have you had done? And she said, oh, I've had some Botox done. He's like, that's it? What else have you had done? And she said, oh, and some fillers. He's like, what else have you? And he wouldn't let it go. And it seemed like, I don't know. I felt for a woman, you shouldn't do that to a woman. To keep on asking, what have you done? What have you done? She's a young woman.
And it's nobody's business, by the way.
It's nobody's business. And I felt like it was humiliating to her. I didn't like it.
I
It made me
agree.
really
Okay,
uncomfortable.
well, the next day I was listening to Radio Andy, and he addressed this. Because,
By the way, yeah, we are fans.
We love Andy.
We would have no podcast without Andy.
No,
Let's just start
we
there.
love Andy,
Yeah,
but I
we
did
do.
not love that.
well,
And we would like to bartend.
I might have just ruined that.
yeah, thanks. I'm still going to bartend. Andy, I'm here for you. I can bartend by myself.
I'm just going to manifest that we would like to bartend.
But he did address this because he has gotten a lot of hate, not just from you, although you did just give him some hate.
Yeah, not hate,
I will
just
call
I
this
was
out.
disappointed.
And he said the entire franchise, it started with the Real Housewives OC, and there's a ton of plastic surgery, and this whole franchise is built on these women keeping themselves glamorous.
And
Lots
people want to know.
People want to know, and they talk about it freely, and sometimes they even let you into their rooms, you see the procedures, and he's like, I am not here for it. He's like, this is what this whole franchise is built on. It's like, how do you keep yourself looking great? How do you keep yourself looking great? And he really defended himself. So I personally did not hear what happened. I just heard
It
his
was
defense.
uncomfortable, and to be honest with you, she was having a rough reunion. She didn't need that. But sorry, Andy.
Okay.
We do love you. All right.
Moving on
to Hot Off the Press.
Hot off the press.
Jules, I think you have to take this too because you are the scholar of the Rachel and Matt story.
So last week, Hot Off the Press, Rachel Kirkconnell, who was very famously dumped by Matt James, I guess last week on her, she did call her daddy.
Yeah.
Call me daddy? It's going to call me daddy, right?
Call her daddy.
Call her daddy or call me daddy?
Call her daddy.
Call her daddy.
You sure?
With Alex Cooper.
Okay.
And I did
Well, I
watch
guess
the
I could
whole
Google
thing.
it.
I could Google it. I did watch the whole episode. You think I would know the name of the podcast that has 10 million followers.
Yeah.
But anyway, Rachel was on the podcast, and I thought that Alex Cooper did a great job. She was really respectful to her.
Did you watch the whole thing?
I watched the whole thing.
Oh, wow.
I watched the whole thing. And what Rachel was saying was, while they were in, they had some, towards the end of their trip in Japan, Matt James knew that Rachel's phone did not work for some reason. She had a glitch in her phone. It did not work on airplanes. So she could not use her phone on airplanes.
He knew this?
He knew this. And right before she was leaving for the airport in Japan, he dumps her, breaks up with her, and she was devastated. And by the way, it's a long trip home. That's a very long trip home to dump your girlfriend out of nowhere. She was stunned on her way to the airport, and she was sobbing, and she gets onto the plane, and all of a sudden, right before takeoff, her phone blows up. Right before, she was going to lose connection. And her friends were saying, oh my God, are you okay? Are you okay? We feel so terrible. We can't believe about the breakup. And she had no idea what anybody was talking about. She couldn't imagine that he raced as she was on the way to the airport to post on Instagram.
With the opening words, Father God.
Father God. He's a sociopath.
I mean,
Can't
that
get
is
over it.
psychotic.
That's
so then she had to go on that crazy long flight home, not knowing what just happened.
That's
and then
terrible.
when she got off the plane, she said her phone blew up from the post, and she
just
was
makes this so
stunned
much worse.
that he decided
Awful.
to post.
I just want to
their
say
breakup.
to all our listeners and to Rachel, we stand with you.
Oh,
Also,
yeah.
as a mother of 3 months,
I would kill him.
I would be furious if
Me
someone did this
too.
to my daughter.
Me
I was
too.
so upset for
Yeah,
her.
Me too.
Yeah.
It
Me
was
too.
really awful. And
Awful.
so he's
Terrible.
shitty.
Shitty.
So
And he's more than shitty. I mean, he's clearly shitty. There's also something wrong there.
Yes.
There's like a chip missing.
Yeah.
all right, you know what? We should have put him in the hot seat. Andy Cohen, you should have just been hot off the press. Taking that back. Matt James should have
Put
been
Matt
in the hot
James
seat.
in
You
the
can't
hot
take
seat.
it back at this point. The damage is done.
No take backs and no bartending.
Guess what? We won't be making drinks on that set.
That's my Alex Cooper take. I thought it was a really good interview. I actually.
People like her
I
podcast
thought
a lot.
it was really good.
Yeah.
I thought she was very sensitive to her. Let's move
Okay.
on.
No, let's move on.
Jules, take
Well,
it.
you
No,
take it, Jules.
Craig and Rachel.
No, Craig Conover.
I don't know that one.
Oh, this is just a little follow-up.
It's the
Rachel
Jewish show.
happens to be from Atlanta, right? She's from Atlanta. Oh, she's from Atlanta? Or she's from Georgia. So is Craig Conover.
Yeah.
And then supposedly they're both now following each other on social media.
Well, we again talk about manifestation. We spoke it into existence 2 weeks ago.
You
we
did. You did.
It was us. You're welcome, Rachel and Craig. You're
Yes.
welcome.
Yes. I'm sure you're the only two people.
But I
Saying
do
it.
want to say one more thing on Hot Off the Press connected to Craig, which is Kyle and Amanda. And I think this is pertinent because everybody out there get excited. We've got Summer House airing soon, I think this month, February. But Kyle and Amanda called Craig out for his social media post about the breakup and then going silent and not standing up for Paige with all these rumors that are flying around about her dating this other guy. And it's like, you know, the woman you dated for almost 4 years, you should speak up. It's like, don't get silent now. They just feel like he really handled himself poorly, and they're friends, so for them to call him out, it's like, you know,
Except
are we creating drama ahead of Summer House? Maybe.
Except unless he was dumped and she has another guy, why should he defend her? I mean, I don't
But
know.
everybody's saying it's not another guy. It's like somebody who's been in her life as a friend, she's known forever. I don't know.
I don't know. We don't know.
Well, she was very defensive about it, so I don't know if it's another guy.
She sure was.
Okay, and let me end this section with the website launched for Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively. I did share it with you guys. It's truly just the legal documents, so
I find this bizarre.
Nothing exciting in there. It is truly only his side of the story, so it's like the website is nothing. Don't go to it. Don't even bother going. I went to it for all of us,
Thank you,
and I
Mary.
can tell you, hotties, don't waste your time.
Thank you for your service.
It's just his side of the story. I don't know. I'm going to stand with her until I've been given reason not to.
Exactly.
You know,
But this is getting.
this is getting weird. I think this is getting weird.
This is
I think
now.
you have to hear
This
two
is
people
now.
out.
Yeah.
I think you have to hear two people out.
This is now exceeding all bounds of normalcy.
it's
all
not.
right.
Yeah.
Are we on to our shows?
Yes. Let's start with Traitors.
Okay, Traitors was
Traitors.
fantastic this
I
week.
mean,
Yeah.
so good.
So
I
good.
want to say.
Oh, wait, before we start, we have to say,
Oh.
this is a section, if you are not caught up on Traitors, this
Right,
is going to
'cause it's a
spoil.
streamer.
It's all spoilers. So if you're saving it, you know, I don't know why you're saving it, because it's going to be on this week.
And by the way, get in
But
there.
no judgment.
Yeah,
And
but
it's
no
so
judgment.
good. Get in
It's
there.
so good. But anyway, this is a spoiler section, so if you haven't watched Traitors, skip ahead to the next section of the podcast. But Traitors was amazing.
Amazing.
Boston Rob.
It's the
did it
Boston
again.
Rob show, and
It
we
is.
are all just living in it,
Yeah.
man.
For now.
Yeah, but
For
you know what,
now.
Julie? But you know what? We came out last week being like, did he overplay his hand?
Yeah.
How is he convincing these people? Now everybody's onto him. It's like he hypnotizes people. It's like they get to that round table, and it's like,
He's very
we're voting
good.
for this one. We're voting. The round table was such a hot mess, and then all of a sudden he's like, Wes, and everybody's like, Wes, I voted for you.
It was shocking. It was shocking.
It was.
Except for Carolyn and
Wes.
everyone was voting for Wes except for Carolyn and Danielle, who went after each other.
I can't take that.
No, what?
and Tom.
No, what's her name?
Dorinda?
Not Dorinda.
Dolores.
Dolores.
And Dolores and Tom.
Dolores is like, I voted for you, Tom,
Well,
because you're a bad faithful.
And also because
Look, Dolores, that's not how you play. You play to get people off the game.
no, honestly, and also like again, Tom's handball. It's like he started talking at the beginning, and they literally shut him up. The edit was so brilliant. It's like they could have easily edited those 3 minutes out.
mean-
It's like Tom starts, and everyone's like, "Yeah, okay." Anyway, Tom.
It's like, yeah, how about the edit? The editors have him eating all the time. You notice that? He's the
And
only
he's
one eating.
chowing.
Howling. And he comes back from everything. He's like, "I'm starving." You know, it's like, I mean, and also he's
He
like,
has a tapeworm.
he's so convinced. He's like, what about when he was in the room and it was him, Wes, and Derek, just the three guys sitting in the room, and he goes, they're like, well, do you have any thoughts on this? And he's like, I do. You know who I'm convinced it is? Dolores. And then all of a sudden Wes goes, Derek, do you mind if I talk to you in the other room? They literally left him in the cold. It's like, you don't even want to try to convince him. He is just not sharp.
No, not sharp at all.
But he is providing such good comedic fodder for the show. It's great.
Sid said to me, Sid is my oldest child, and Sid said to me, I don't understand how you guys, Hot Women Wanted, love the Housewives so much. And I was like, well, we are Housewives fans. And Sid said, you know what, they don't really play the game. And that's really true.
She didn't watch Phaedra. She was amazing last season. What are you
No,
talking about? She's a
they're
superstar.
talking about this time.
Oh, but you can't count them out. I mean, Dorinda would have been great. You know what I mean? They just voted her off too soon.
Well,
Dolores, I wouldn't count Dolores out yet either.
No, I think Dolores is locked.
they haven't played yet.
I don't think Dolores is playing. I think she's just going. She's playing Switzerland like she always does. So she's being undetected.
But I also think, to Sid's point, like, I think the counter argument could be made too, which is like, is Boston Rob playing too much like a gamer? Like, he's used to it being just him. He's used to just not having to negotiate with people. Like, he was so horrified by the fighting going on in the tower. And he's got 4 daughters, by the way.
Yes.
He and Amber have 4 daughters who I think are now 4 teenage daughters.
Yeah.
It's like, he's heard some fighting in his
Yes.
life. And he literally was like, what are the 2 of you doing? Like, he can't get past how bad they are in this.
Well, let's just say, first of all, Wes was dead on. Like, I've never seen anybody who was so clean.
And calm.
Calm, and he was exactly dead on.
He was.
I mean, he was dead on, and then it was mesmerizing how Rob talked everybody out of it. It really was.
I was really like, everything's like, Wes, I voted for you. Every single, even like Alan Cumming was like, well, that's 7 votes for Wes. It was like, what is happening?
But I feel like Rob is going to get voted off. There's no path for Rob to win. There isn't. Because, people will know it's him eventually. You know what I mean? He
Well,
can't
they
win.
can't take out Derek, and who they should take out, because Derek knows it's him. But they can't go into the tower and murder Derek. We don't know.
It'll be
We
out.
don't
They'll
know
know it's
yet.
Rob.
I mean, right? It's too obvious. So then, is his only? Let me ask you something.
Unless they make Derek a
Procedurally-
traitor.
But that might be what's happening next episode. Next episode is episode 7.
I would make Derek a traitor.
So that we
Not
might-
Derek. Is Derek the cop? The guy?
Yes,
Okay.
Derek is the other guy who with Wes
Oh, yeah.
knows
Yeah.
it's
Right.
Rob.
So Derek,
Yeah.
they should make a traitor. That
Yeah.
way,
Yeah.
he won't vote out. He'll talk everybody out of voting for Rob.
They might do that
Yes,
next episode.
Yes, to keep Rob
Yeah, yeah.
on.
If I was a producer, I'd figure out a way to make Derek a
They-
traitor.
Because
They have
can't,
to,
because
yeah.
they can't murder Derek, because then everyone's going to know it's Rob.
Right.
I mean, but let me ask you something. If a traitor can legitimately get a shield, right? Or no, they're not supposed to.
You can.
Well, they can. They can. They can fight for the
It's
shield.
useless.
It's
They are
useless.
dead.
They're the ones doing the
Yeah,
voting.
yeah.
Yeah.
You
I
can't
mean,
save your traitor can't save themselves. You know what I mean? You can't save themselves.
not at the round table.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know I don't know what happens next. I think you're right, Julie. I mean, I think maybe this is the episode where they add another traitor.
I think-
Yeah,
I
and
think
maybe
you
they
have
don't give
to.
him a choice. They just say, "This is your
Yeah.
new traitor,"
And
and it's Derek.
That would be great.
That would be great.
That would be great.
Okay, but then who's missing at breakfast?
No, they're gonna have to kill somebody.
Right.
They're gonna have to kill somebody. I don't know who they kill. They'll probably have to kill somebody just very random.
Yeah, to throw it off.
Yeah.
It should be a woman, because Wes went, like, it should be a woman. Maybe they'll go back to Ciara.
Unless Danielle and Carolyn go after each other. And
Well, they clearly are.
But they can't vote each other out. You can't kill a
on the
traitor.
round table they can.
Oh, at the round table, yeah.
Carolyn fully. she's
That may happen. They're
she
so
is
mad at each other.
unhinged.
Unhinged.
In a great way.
Oh
In
my
a
God.
great
In a
way.
really
In
great
the
way.
best
Good
way.
TV.
Yeah, in the best way.
All right.
So good. All right, moving
We
on.
love the traitors.
Yes.
We love it.
And I really hope Boston Rob can live another day. I really
Me
do
too.
love him.
I love him.
Every week I'm
He's
like,
the whole
Boston
show.
Rob, this has been great. Thank you so much for coming to Traitors. And then it's like, Wes, I voted for you. I'm like, what? He's here again? But there he is with his big belly and his backwards baseball cap helping himself to some food. It's unbelievable. Belly?
Can we not?
Oh, he does look like a...
But can we not fat shame him?
Well, not fat shaming, but it is a look.
What?
He's got a look.
Who?
He's got a
Hot.
dad look. He's got a dad body.
Hot seat.
Rob?
See you next week, Hot Seat.
All right, ladies, we're moving on.
Okay.
What are we moving to?
Beverly Hills.
Beverly
Goodbye, Kyle.
Well, Kyle had another.
She's back from her 1 week hiatus.
I personally didn't love this episode.
No.
It was
I
very
mean,
mediocre.
I agree.
But let's say.
They're ruining. I gotta tell you something. They are ruining this show
Yeah. Yeah.
well,
so far.
Well, let's.
But I do love Bo.
Boz,
It's Boz.
Mary,
It's Boz.
every week.
It's Bose. It's not Boz. It's Bose.
It's Bose.
Like Bozo.
Okay, so don't come after
Bose.
me.
No, but
Bose.
honestly, when we're editing,
You're saying the wrong name.
when we're editing the podcast, it's like Bode, Bo. It's like it's Boz.
It's Bose.
Bozeman, St. John. Yes,
It's Bose.
Bose.
It's Bose. Anyway,
It's a
we
tough
love
one.
Bose.
It's a tough one.
Thanks.
We love Bose.
After you both came at me. But okay.
Actually, Bo said something very interesting. Bo said something very
This is actually
interesting.
very fun.
Bo said people like on social media are saying, "Oh, now we love Bose. We love Bose. Now you can get rid of Garcelle." And she's like, "Why? Because you can't have 2 black women? Why do you have to get rid of either one of us? Why can't we both be on the show?" You know,
why
Where
did
was
they have to
that?
on social media, people are being, "Oh, we love Bose. Now you can get rid of Garcelle." And then Bose is saying, like,
That's
"Why?"
so weird. Why would they say
terrible.
that?
Yeah, exactly. You don't-
Terrible.
Right.
They're like the two winners.
They
Yeah,
are single-handedly the two of them saving the season.
Yes,
they are.
I agree.
Single-handedly. I
Although
don't want to
not
hear a
single.
thing.
No, Dorit is carrying it on her back. She's carrying the season on her back, and the two of them are there, and they are adding to it. But I would not say she's really carrying the season.
Which brings me to Kyle's preemptive dinner. What did we think of that?
Ugh,
That was
gag
so
me.
manipulative.
Ugh.
And also,
I
did she
hated
tell
it.
Garcelle to come at a different time of everyone else? Garcelle got there so much earlier, and it was just the two of them. And then I thought that was very deliberate.
Yeah.
because she was trying to like
Win her over.
win
Yeah, she
Garcelle
was.
over
She
before
was.
everybody else showed
Weird.
up.
Very
It was
icky.
bizarre.
Very icky.
Another bizarre.
While I was watching it in the den, and so of course like out in the open, not on my laptop, and Todd, my husband, who claims he's never watching anything, but of course is sitting in the room. At some point he looked up and he goes, "These guys are losers, none of them are compelling." About the Beverly Hills Housewives, I was like, I'm quoting you. On the next podcast, he's like, they're not. I'm like, thanks for not watching. Exactly. Would you like to be a guest? We would love a male perspective. But I think he's kind of right. Like,
Yeah.
there just isn't enough there.
No, I actually thought the editors did something funny with the Kyle, because she's doing the whole thing like, this is my personal life, and I don't have
yeah,
to
the editors,
talk
right.
about it, and then they cut to her grilling people about their personal lives. And it's true. She's been doing that for years. Denise with the slut shaming, with the Brandy, what's her name? Brandy Glanville.
Yeah.
Terrible. I mean, and then
By the
outing
way,
her sister as an alcoholic on television. Terrible.
by the way, not to mention, Brandy is now getting some serious help from Heather's husband, Dr. Dubrow.
Yeah.
He's helping her.
Terry.
Yeah. I saw that on social media.
That was kind of him.
Very kind.
Well, I'm sure he loves the press. He's not doing it out of the kindness of his heart. I'm sure she's gonna be on his TV show, which is called Botched, and I'm sure she's gonna
Also,
be on
not to bring in another show about Terry and Heather, their daughter on social media went to her semester abroad.
Which one?
Max.
Okay.
And she was doing her semester abroad in college, and so they were flying her to Paris. And she gets on some plane, and they're like in like the best business class, first class, whatever. And she's like, "Oh my god, I can't believe they flew Air France." And she's like, "I can't believe this. I've never been on a plane like this." I'm like, Max, bro. Who do you think you're fooling?
Meaning like she
Like she was like, "Oh my god, this is so fancy. I've never been in like." I'm like,
No, did she mean that she only flies private and now she's on
I
a
couldn't
commercial
tell
jet?
you. It was the craziest thing.
I'm sure
It
that's what
popped
she
up on
meant.
my TikTok page.
She
I'm like,
only
She
flies
probably
private.
only flies private.
And
she
now
was
she's
like,
on a
"This is so
commercial.
fancy. I've never had this."
She's
I'm
on a
like,
commercial jet.
Yeah.
She's on United.
So relatable.
But anyway,
Another
I was
relatable
like, I
moment
know.
from the DeBros.
I know.
Exactly.
Thank you. Thanks, Max.
Is that Drake? Remember that?
Yeah. She's like, "Daddy, where's our jet?"
Oh, we're flying commercials, friends.
Exactly.
No, but this, I don't know. I mean, it's just like, I'm over this. And also, the mid-season preview, now it feels like we're going to shift.
To what? What was in the
I
season
feel like
preview?
this season is about bullying a little bit, because I feel like it's like the whole Kyle and Dorit thing.
Yeah.
Everybody ganging up on one person, and then the mid-season thing, it looks like now they're going to shift to Sutton.
Yes, I agree. That's what it looks like.
Yeah. Well, that was a little bit off episode.
I agree. Sutton
Awful.
kind of deserves a little bit. Not to be bullied, but
But she doesn't react well in certain moments.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
almost a little like doesn't read social cues.
I
yeah.
agree.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I agree.
Not that Dorit can't go on, and maybe you are feeling nervous. Like
Well,
she's the closest with Garcelle. Garcelle asked them to be there at a
This is
certain
what I was
time.
thinking too. Did you notice that, like, if Garcelle was having a party at her house and she was catered and she was waiting for everybody and she was excited, and then why did Kyle have like a catered lunch at her house?
And there was
That-
nobody ate it though.
That was
No,
rude.
I
Yeah,
noticed
very
that
rude.
too, but not one person had a plate out.
But I'm like, that's very rude to have
Yeah.
a catered lunch knowing like Garcelle's waiting for you. And I think that's what
Yes.
Seth was saying. Like, someone's having a party and
Right.
it's a long ride to get there, and we need to go.
I appreciated that about
Yeah.
her. I did.
Yeah.
It was the timing was off, but I mean, I think that's what she meant, because I was staring at that salad going, that's rude.
It is.
to serve a full lunch before you go to a party.
But
I
just like
agree.
her timing is, I mean, especially her and Dorit. It's like every comment, they're also like oil and water. You know, the whole terrible comment she made when they were initially robbed about her having a hard day too.
Terrible.
Like, oh well, my person couldn't get through customs. Kyle was like,
Yeah, that was
okay.
I know.
and then she was like, right at the part with the kid, and also. There's another way to say it. But
Yeah,
like,
certainly.
let's keep talking about this. But like,
Let's
get on the
move on.
van.
Well, let's move on.
All right. Well, next is Salt Lake City. The reunion continues, right? That was part 2. Was part 2 this
Part
part?
two.
We've got one more part.
Yep.
So this was the husbands.
Yeah, the husbands like came on and that Todd.
I love Todd. I've fallen in love with Todd. Bronwyn, I see what you see in him.
I know. Look what I wrote in my giant font that you made fun of me before. Like Todd overall.
Yeah.
I do. I like him. I like him.
And by the way, I don't think he's watched a minute of the show.
No.
I don't think she's filled him in at all. When everything that Andy was talking about, he looked stunned.
I know. My Todd was like, "Who's that guy?" I'm like, "He invented the Palm Pilot." I'm like, "That's what he's doing here."
And also, I don't even think he had an affair.
No! He did not have an affair.
And he's
He
just
had something in text that his stepdaughter Gwen saw.
What could it have been?
he looks stunned by the whole thing. And not
No, I don't
Stunned.
think he looked stunned. He was crying. No, I don't think he. That's when he got like a little choked up. I do not think he looked stunned. I think there was probably some inappropriate texting. Do I think it extended anywhere beyond text? No. Would I be happy if my spouse was texting? And I wouldn't. But like, it certainly. Let's put it this way. It certainly wasn't what she made it out to be on the boat. And Heather was like a fucking dog with a bone with that on that couch. She was like, well, did he cheat or did he not cheat? Todd, did you cheat or did you not cheat? Like, she's like, well, I don't get it. Like, did he text? Like, everyone's feeling a certain way about Brom. I've related to Heather. Like, we feel that way too. Like,
She's
Heather,
very-
where's the truth?
Right.
And
right,
also, it's
right.
like,
I mean, Brom.
we love Bronwyn. We want Bronwyn on our TVs. We say this every single week. Except
Yeah.
she stretches the truth. It's confusing, you know?
Yeah.
And then she does, didn't she do a really weird thing with Todd? Like, treated him like a child. Like, it's going to be okay. It's going to, did you notice that?
She turned around and she said, it's okay.
It's okay. It's okay.
I know
Like,
she does speak to him in a very strange
her voice
tone.
changes.
It does.
Her voice changes.
It
It's
does.
And then also she told him not to leave.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
she held him back at the break. And she
Yeah.
was like,
Because
that got a little spicy with you and that got a little spicy with you and John Barlow. Let's stay back. And they're the only couple. They're the only couple that didn't go to dinner.
And by the way, translation for that was, don't be nice to them when you go backstage. I don't like them. They weren't nice to me.
Yeah.
You know.
And
I wonder
everybody,
why-
no matter what happened on those couches, went to dinner together. Whoever had a spouse, the spouses all went. Everybody went.
I wonder
were
why
the only
they
people-
didn't go.
They didn't go.
I wonder why. Maybe we'll see something more because
I don't know. Andy didn't ask her about it and Watch What Happens Live. She volunteered it, and then he never
I know
went
I
a step
saw
further
that.
with it.
I saw that. Maybe something big happens in the part 3 because so
Maybe.
far, like,
Yeah.
she could go.
Yeah.
Who knows? We don't know, but it's interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting.
And then, of course, really, after all of the cattiness and the fun and the Lisa Barlow stuff, there's Mary talking about her
Mary.
son, and everyone was sobbing.
Sobbing.
Andy was sobbing. Everyone was sobbing, except for Meredith.
Meredith wasn't.
Meredith Marks, not a tear.
Not a tear.
She's a bit of an ice queen.
And
Although I
Lisa-
will say, Mary
mean,
loves
Lisa-
her. Mary loves her.
Mary spoke up for her, and
did.
she did, and she gave her a hug, and she said to Angie, "I understand where you're coming from, but you guys are going to need to figure this out."
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love
she
you
was the
both.
most. She was the
She
most
did.
peacemaking of anybody, including
was.
Andy Cohen.
Yeah.
Mary's
yeah.
like a revelation this year.
Revelation.
She's amazing.
She transformed.
Yeah.
I
She
mean,
did.
I've never seen anything like it.
Me
I mean,
neither.
she really is like a different person.
She really brought it.
Another gigantic necklace and outfit though on Watch What Happens Live.
Not great. Like something she
She's
gets rid
wearing
of her.
these balloony things
Yes,
with like a
yes.
very dramatic neck piece.
Yes.
I'm telling you, we talked about it last week. Maybe she's not living her
I can't.
neck and chest.
Yeah, but she really.
And she was on with Chloe Feynman from SNL, who I absolutely love. And Chloe Feynman, right away, right out of the gate, was like, Bronwyn, not for me. I'm like, wow. It's like, wow. She did say that. And Mary was like, really? Like if they were like, Andy Cohen was like fumbling through his flashcards. He was like, okay, right out of the gate. He's like, Bronwyn, not for me.
Well, when Mary said that Bronwyn's a fan favorite,
Oh,
Lisa Barlow's face fell to the ground. Fell to the ground.
I'm gonna
even farther. Even farther.
Her face is falling. Let's not talk about women's looks, but and I'm gonna add to that and shout out our favorite podcasters, Bowen Yang and Matt Rogers. I love their podcast. This week's podcast that was from Bowen is in Sundance. He's at Sundance, and we all know Lisa Barlow plans every party at Sundance, supposedly, according to like 2 years ago on the show. And Bowen wasn't there, but one of Bowen's really good friends who is there met Lisa Barlow and was like phoning all over her. Was like, I love the Housewives. You're great. We love seeing you on our TV. And Lisa was like very appreciative. But the very first thing she said to this person was, so what do you think of Bronwyn?
Whoa.
She's very insecure.
So Bowen brought that up to Matt Rogers, and he was like, I think that's a very interesting thing to say. Like, that's your first question of like, first of all, an obvious fan.
She's so
and
jealous.
jealous.
She's
And-
so
and
jealous.
she was like, wow, thank you so much. You're watching the show. So what do you think of Bronwyn?
You tell us.
She can't stand it.
She can't
Yeah,
stand
she can't
it.
take it.
And because Mary spoke the truth, Bronwyn is a fan favorite.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
public likes Bronwyn.
Yeah.
because she's fun to watch.
She is.
She's also interesting to watch, and she's hyper articulate.
Listen, I found the lying interesting. I
Me
find
too.
The lying,
Me too.
She lies a lot.
I'm here
I know.
for it.
And I'm
I'm
interested.
here for it.
And I
I'm about
honestly
to call
can't
it-
tell what's the truth. I'm like, so did he cheat? Did he not cheat?
Do you have
Was it
the
a text?
earrings? Do you
Can I
have-
hear the text?
Where are the earrings? Are you having earrings made?
Was there a necklace?
Were earrings ever being made?
No, and she's also so wide-eyed and calm about it. She's like, yes, I mean, I didn't take the $4 million necklace, but I have 2 other pieces from them. And then, like, 48 hours later, she's on Watch What Happens Live, and Andy Cohen's like, so you do have a necklace and earrings from them? She's like, no, I do not.
No, she's like, no, I obviously canceled those. I'm like, why is that obvious?
It's like the ground is moving beneath me. I'm like, Bronwyn, where are we? But
Oh
I
my
absolutely
God.
love her.
I do
absolutely
too.
love her.
I
Now,
love
what
her
are
too.
they doing in part 3?
I don't know.
Because they
I don't
brought
know.
the husbands out,
And we've already covered Mary.
and we covered Mary.
We all
So,
covered-
like, what is part 3?
Oh, I know. They're bringing up
Brittany.
Brittany. I don't really care
Oh,
about Brittany.
no, I like the Britney saga.
Oh, Mary, you're such a Britney apologist. I can't stand her.
Oh, I hate Britney.
I want her
But
gone.
I hate Britney.
I want her gone.
Me too.
She's not coming back.
No,
I hope this is her swan song.
Well, I heard.
I didn't
heard
love
that
her.
she,
I didn't love her, but I do think
There's another
I
show.
like the interaction around it.
We don't talk about it, but there's another new show called Sold on SLC.
Oh, yeah,
it's about the
something
real
like
estate
that,
agents.
yeah.
And I watched. I've dipped.
It's
Oh, I
in
have-
Salt Lake City. It's real
Salt Lake
estate.
City.
Mhm.
I kind of like it. It's
You
interesting.
do?
Yeah, it's kind of
I
weird.
haven't watched it.
It's kind of good.
Okay.
Anyway, she got just hired as a real estate agent there.
She did?
Oh, so she's moving on over to a different
She
show.
might be.
She's
She
a
might
weird
Lisa
character.
Barlow popped up on that
be.
show.
Yeah. So
She
make
did?
that- Yep.
She's looking for a new house, supposedly.
Oh.
Who knows?
Okay. Anyway, okay, let's move on to closing hot takes.
Closing hot takes.
Okay,
Yeah.
we're going to share this one because it happened to all of us at
'Cause we were
once.
It
together.
happened last night.
It happened last night. We were having a fabulous night. So we
Such a
all...
fun night.
And I think we were all feeling like we looked pretty good.
Let me tell you something. I was there, and I can tell you these two looked fantastic.
You look fantastic.
I thought I did. But
We all
every
did.
time
We all
I
did.
catch a glimpse of myself, I'm not kidding you. The day before I left for New York, I left my house again. I felt like $1 million. I looked in the mirror. I like bounced my hair a little bit, and then I was sitting in a room and I caught a glimpse of myself in the window, and I was like, "Who is that?"
No way. You look great.
Burned the clothes that I was wearing that day. So anyway, often I do think I feel great, and then I don't. But I was there with these two, very cute. We were like
We were having drinks in Soho.
yeah, having drinks in Soho, feeling great, feeling our best. Take it away, sisters.
Taking selfies.
Oh yeah,
Laughing.
taking selfies galore, thinking we're the greatest thing since sliced bread, and also like just feeling like really good. And this crew, who
By the way,
by the
Not
way,
great
A, weren't
crew.
that young, and
they weren't that young.
they weren't that young themselves. A and B, spoiler alert, it's about our age, but like, and they weren't so great looking either. But
And by the way, the woman, I'm gonna say it, she was a little dowdy. Like it's long.
All right, we don't need to go there, but
anyway, the guy of the
Just
guy
saying, if
of
they're
the-
gonna insult us.
the guy of the couple as we're like toasting and selfieing and drinking our drinks was like, ugh, I hate this bar. It's like everybody here's like 60. It was like a record scratch. The whole night just went.
I was like, we're gonna go now. Check, please.
I'm like, first of all, 60. I'm 4 years away from 60. So mind your mouth.
And by the way, all around us were 20-year-olds, so it was very clear
It's
who they were
clearly us.
talking about.
And
They
we
weren't 20. That crew.
And
No,
and
not that
they,
group,
we
but-
were we were the only ones in his line of sight. So of course, my first instinct was to be like, "Who's 60?"
I was hoping he was talking about the guys at the end of the bar. There were a bunch of.
They were very far away. They were barely at the bar. He was talking about us.
It brought the night to
A screeching halt.
Oh yes, it did. We managed to bounce back,
Yeah.
flirting with our Italian waiter, who we thought we were terrific. I was like inches from pulling like the Carol Strauss move of like, "How old do you think we are?"
Oh, thank God you didn't do that one. No thanks.
Exactly.
No guessing games.
We were flirting with our
Well,
waiter.
he was adorable.
He was adorable.
I'm like, I will see you in Rome, sir.
He was 21 at best.
I bet. As he's pouring our wine tasting, I'm like, "Are you old enough to drink yourself?"
He was very adorable.
Such a fun
Anyway,
night.
we had a very fun night.
It was a great
That
night.
was
I
a
would
moment.
want it in real life. It's so fun when we get to do this.
I know.
We never got to do it, all three of us together, so this is a real treat.
And
This
now
was
we
a treat.
will. Now we know we can do it.
Yeah.
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 I
we'll do it
love
for
this.
special
Too
occasion.
bad we didn't film Too bad we didn't film any behind the scenes before we got on camera because it was a journey.
Getting us all on camera.
Yes. So we are technology. I would say, let's put it this way. Out of the three,
Oh, yeah. Well,
I'm the best. And if anybody knows me, that's a joke.
Yeah. Well, I'm not even throwing my hat in that ring.
All right. So, again, thanks, Hotties, for listening, following along. Follow us on TikTok. Follow us on
All
Instagram.
socials.
All
And
socials.
wherever you're listening, Spotify, Apple Podcasts,
We love you, Hotties.
iTunes.
Come back again.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.